this morning with President Moon Jae-in's state visit to Russia. President Moon says cooperation with Russia is key for peace in the region. He also says he wants a Russian railway to extend through North Korea all the way to his hometown of Busan, a city on South Korea's southeastern coast. Our top office correspondent Hwang Hojun starts us off.
When it comes to establishing peace and seeking mutual prosperity, South Korean President Moon Jae-in stressed how imperative Russia's role is in the region.
나는 한국과 러시아의 협력이 한반도 평화와 동북아 번영의 주춧돌이라고 생각하며 그동안 진심으로 노력해 왔습니다.
President Moon said the bilateral relationship between Seoul and Moscow is the key to open the gates of Eurasia, which the South Korean leader called a land of great opportunity.
유라시아가 가진 무궁무진한 가능성을 우리의 우정으로 활짝 열 수 있다고 믿습니다.
The comments were made as President Moon made history, delivering a speech at the State Duma, the lower house of Russia's Federal Assembly on Thursday, becoming the first South Korean president ever to do so. During the speech, President Moon noted his Russian counterpart's vision of an era of peace and co-prosperity among Eurasian nations, or the, quote, New East policy, is in sync with his own, quote, New Northern policy, the Moon administration's key diplomatic policy to expand South Korea's diplomatic and economic horizons with its Eurasian neighbors. According to President Moon, such efforts would see the two countries developing new growth engines, while Seoul keeps its promise to develop Russia's Far East. President Moon said the Korean people's desire for peace and prosperity is not limited to the Korean Peninsula, but involves all of Northeast Asia. And with that, President Moon introduced his vision for a trilateral partnership between Seoul, Pyongyang, and Moscow.
한반도의 평화 체제가 구축되면 남북 경제 협력이 본격화될 것이며 러시아와의 삼각 협력으로 확대될 것입니다.
President Moon identified railroads, natural gas, and electricity networks as the most promising sectors for cooperation among the three countries. Hwang Hojun, Arirang News.